Welcome to the Random Forex Trader 2022 and beyond, episode 23. Let's go to the charts. As you can see, no trades are currently open, so let's look at account history. The last trade we randomly took was GBP AUD. That was yesterday. I had set a take profit at $14.29.
Now, after watching this random Forex trading series, I hope you understand that if manual trading can be profitable randomly, imagine getting access to an automated trading system which sends profitable trades to your account daily, all on autopilot. If you are ready to stop trading manually and automate your Forex profits even as a prop firm trader, check the link in the description area below or simply visit forexbits.com for full details. Now, back to the video.
And you can see in the comments area, TP means that it hit that automated take profit. So we are in profit on the previous random trade. Once again, in total profit on this account is $1,000.31. Now let's go back to the trade terminal. We are going to do something completely randomly different today. I am going to use a Forex robot. I'll show you the name of it. I'll talk about where I purchased it if you want to get this exact same thing. And it's very much in line with our concept here of random trading. Let me first verbally tell you what this robot's going to do. We'll then open it up, install it on the chart. I've already created a set file, which is the exact settings that I want to trade with. And you'll also need to know that this particular robot is something that can be launched, and then it really does need to be managed if it gets out of control, really like any robot. But you'll see that it's a pretty effective robot, and the only thing we may ever have to do is, as we've done in the past, hedge out of a drawdown trade that we just want to get out of. Now, what's interesting about this robot is it's called the double in a day hedged EA. And the point being is that it potentially has proven to double accounts in a day. And what it does is at whatever time you tell it to, it will enter a buy and a sell trade at exactly the same time. And it will manage each one of those trades individually. So for example, it's going to go into a buy and a sell. We're going to see it right on the screen here. I'm going to activate it in real time. And there are parameters that it will follow. For example, it sets a stop loss, a very large one. That way we can give the system some room. It then has a trailing stop, a break even, and it follows the price on both sides. So both sides could eventually go into profit, or one side. Now I've also told this robot to only allow 2 trades at a time. So let me give you a quick example, and then again, we'll launch this on the chart. If the robot goes into a buy and a sell trade, and let's say the buy trade goes into profit and that sell trade remains, the next day at the time we've told this thing to launch a buy and a sell trade every day, the next day it will only launch an equal and opposite trade. So I've told it to balance. So if there's a sell, the next day it will only do a buy. That way we always have a buy and a sell open. And if we decide that one side is getting out of control, whether it's the buy side or the sell side, we'll stop the robot, we'll recover it manually. And what's cool about this is it just will go into those trades and manage those trades at the same time every day and in the same way with a break-even stop and a trailing stop. So enough talking conceptually. Let's actually do this. Now also, like I said, if you want to get this particular robot, I will have a link in the description and you can go purchase it. However, before you do that, you may want to follow along first and see the power of doing this really random trading with automation. So here's the robot. It's called the Time of Day Hedging EA. I think I originally called it the double in a day. That's a different robot, so I kind of messed that up. So this is called the Time of Day Hedging EA. So I'm going to double click and we're going to add this to the chart. Now what I'm going to do is load some a previous set file, some settings that I spent a little bit of time with. I'm going to click open and then we'll go through the settings real quick here. We could talk about this all day. This kind of gives you an introduction. You can pretty much see all of the settings on the screen here. There's quite a few, couple dozen at least. So let's run down and I'll tell you what I've told this robot to do. So the very first thing I told it to do is target profit amount. I said, when it gets to $50, take the profit and get out. That's basically what I'm telling it. Now there's no real reason I said $50, but I'm like, the settings that we're looking at here are going to be pretty conservative out of the gate. The next thing is the actual entry hour. Now, this is what we're going to manipulate today. I know it's about 1500, on the time. I believe that's Greenwich Mean Time, but it's the server time. So I will set this to enter a trade literally at the time that we're looking at this. So I'll come back and we'll set this specifically. So next thing is I told it to rebalance open and buy sells. That means it's going to initially open a buy and a sell trade at the exact same time. If one of those trades takes profits and takes profit and the other one is left the next day, for example, if the buy trade is still open the next day, it will only open a sell trade the next day. So that's just what I told it to. Spread is going to be 5 max trades. I'm allowing it very conservative. I'm only going to allow it to ever have 2 trades open at the same time, which is a buy and a sell. Now, the nice thing about this also is when balancing trades, having an open buy and an open sell, you're going to find that it really doesn't mess with your margin very much, and it really helps you control that. We're going to do manual lot sizing. I'm going to be very conservative here since we'll have 2 trades open. It'll be total of a 0.1, but I'm going to be 0.05 or 50 cents on each particular trade that opens up. On this robot, it allows you to set anywhere from 180 pip to a 720 pip stop loss. Now that might sound insane. It's not really, because as we look further here, although this one's going to have a 480 pip stop loss, the moment that the take profit, the break even and the trailing stop starts following it, that 480 becomes pointless really. Now, there's also a setting in here which is kind of a little bit weird, but it says the take profit to set to take profit at 50% of the initial stop loss. Okay, so it's going to set an initial take profit of 240 pips. You'll notice that once it moves to the break-even point and once it starts trailing, the trailing stop or the trailing profits really, those numbers become invalid. So I did set a break-even, so lock in profits at break-even. So move the stop loss at 20 pips of profit, move it to 5 pips break-even. That's what I did, very conservative. So if the price moves up quickly and comes back, we get out of the trade at a very minimal profit, no loss. I told it the initial trailing stop to be 50 pips, although this is saying trailing stepping, so I believe it's going to trail the profit and step up 50 pips at a time. There's also an additional trailing stop. Now this is kind of gets a little confusing. You have to read the manual for this robot, but the initial trailing stop is going to be, it's going to start at 80 pips. Probably not going to get that far because I'm asking it to take profit at 50. And when I say 50, at the top here, $50. So it will trail at 80, trailing stop loss of 40 and stepping of 10. So I just kind of threw some numbers in there, and I'm not doing the additional trailing stop, which is a secondary. The reason they have that is to really be able to slowly start doing a take profit or a trailing stop and then ramp it up if the price really moves. We're not going to do that here. I'm just going to be basic and conservative. Now, it says that the entry hour, let's go back to this, anywhere from 0 to 23. This says 8 server time. So right now I said the server time is about 1500. So let's go ahead and launch this. It's not going to enter any trades. And then we'll come back here. We're going to go look at the specific time. We'll come back here and set a specific time, hour in minutes, so we can actually see this enter the trade. So let me hit OK. Let's make sure I got a smiley face in the upper right-hand corner. And now what we're going to do is we will close the navigator down. We'll open up the market watch. The robot is launching. Now, the reason I opened Market Watch is I can see the time over here. So it's 15:54 and 13 seconds. So just in a couple minutes here, after I show you a couple more things, we'll go ahead and set this to enter trades. Maybe we'll do it like at 1600, and then I'll edit out if there's a pause in between now and the top of the hour, and then we'll get to see it enter the buy and the sell based off of our parameters. Now, real quick, I'm doing this on GBP USD. Why did I choose that? It's a good moving pair, and it also has a low spread, low fee, basically. Usually it's about a 1 pip spread. So I like that. Now, in this particular case, it doesn't really matter what time chart you're on because it's going to enter that buy and that sell at the same time every day. And then, of course, balance it and follow our parameters. Whether you're brand new to Forex or you're still struggling with which trading strategy actually works, the good news is you never have to manually trade Forex ever again. No, this is not the latest and greatest robot or expert advisor. This service sends you profitable trades daily, and you have full control of how many trades you receive and how much you bid. The take profit and drawdown recovery are all built in. For the ultimate in Forex trading automation, visit forexbits.com today. So let's go ahead and set this. It's 15:55 right now, server time. I'm going to go ahead and set this for the top of the hour, and then together we'll watch this enter the buy and the sell at the same time, and then we'll basically move on to the next episode and see how well this thing does. So let me open up the robot settings. We'll go here to the entry hour. We'll call it 16. That's the top of the hour. I'm going to hit OK. So that's about 4 minutes from now. I'll pause the video, and just before the top of the hour, we'll come back to the video here and we'll watch it enter an equal buy and sell trade. So here we go, 1 minute to the top of the hour, and then we will see the buy and the sell hedge trade entered over here. We'll also see it down here in the trade terminal. So let's wait until this times out. At the very top of the hour, it should enter our trades as it has been programmed. So just under 30 seconds to go, and like I said, we're on the 15-minute time chart. Time and time frame doesn't really matter with this expert advisor. 10, 12 seconds to go here, 5 seconds, and we should see an entry of a buy and a sell trade at the top of the hour. There's the top of the hour, new candle, and there it is. An equal and opposite buy and sell trade, and then all parameters are on the chart. If I go to a higher time frame here, you'll be able to see that it did set, if I scale the window here, it did set a take profit and a stop loss for each of the trades, if you can see these. So for the buy trade, up here is the take profit for the buy, and then above that would be the stop loss for the sell, and then vice versa. But we're really, again, those parameters aren't really going to stay there very long. That large stop loss and large take profit, as soon as the break even kicks in and the trailing stop on each of the trades, it will move the respective take profit and stop losses up closer. Now, what's interesting is the price could go up and set break even for the buy, and it easily just as much move down again and set the break even for the sell, and both trades could go into profit. So that's what's pretty cool about this. Also, you'll notice that it's not affecting the margin because I'm in an equal and opposite buy and sell trade. So let's let this particular trade play out, or these two trades, and I think you'll find this is a pretty interesting way to trade. It's automated break even, automated trailing stop and take profit. It's actually very cool. I've used this quite a bit, but it also fits well with inside of our random Forex trader concept, because it's not really doing any sort of entry strategy. It's just entering a trade at the time of day we tell it to, and then it manages the trade from there. In my eyes, it's been a really terrific way to make profits and start to back away from having to do any sort of manual trading, which is really what my business is all about, helping people not have to manually trade. Although we've been doing manual trades with, random entry, that's more so designed to show you that it doesn't really matter how you enter. What matters is how you manage. And now if you think about this, we're still randomly entering a trade with this robot, and it is automatically managing the trades for us, balancing the trades from day to day, keeping them in line, keeping an equal and opposite buy and sell trade, and then managing the profits. That's pretty cool. This particular robot you can get a link for down in the description. I'll also put it in the first comment and pin that to the top. But it's called the Time of Day Hedging EA. So that's it for this episode. A little bit longer just to give you the explanation of how this robot works. Depending on what it does, we can change the settings over time. But I think what we have now is going to work pretty good. So that's it for this episode. I'll see you in the next episode, and we get to see the results of this particular random trade robot entry.
If you found this video of value, please by all means click the like icon and subscribe to be notified of future videos designed to help you get profitable in the Forex market. If you would like to never manually trade ever again, I highly recommend you get access to all of my profitable trades that can be sent directly to your MT4 account daily. Simply visit forexbits.com and learn all about this new and unique service. That's all for this episode. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now. Thanks for watching this episode of the Random Forex Trade series. Be sure to subscribe and stay up to date on the Forex Random Trader series success. Leave a comment and like below to be entered to win the copy trade service free for life. Visit forexbits.com for more. I'll see you in the next episode.